In this video, why I'm still all in on Tesla stock in 2022. What's changed and what stayed the same. We're going to rewind the clock back to December 2019 when I originally posted the very first why I'm all in on Tesla stock video, my rationale. Were my predictions right? Was I wrong about anything? Did I miss anything? And more importantly, what's changed? What's improved? And why, today, am I far more confident in the future of Tesla and believe that they have even more future potential in terms of growth, free cash flow, and so on than I did just a few years ago, before Tesla stock went to the moon. So let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. So we're going to be watching one of the very first videos I ever posted to YouTube back on 7th of December 2019. Along the way, I'll add some commentary. What's changed? Was I wrong? Was I right? How'd this prediction go? And hopefully this can provide some important context as why I've gone from almost all in on Tesla stock back in late 2019 to literally all in on Tesla stock as I record this in 2022. So let's watch the video. P.S. Let me know in the comments below if you're one of the 170 odd thousand people who originally watched this video. I'm Stephen and this is Solving the Money Problem. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. In this video, I'm explaining why I'm all in on Tesla. Well, almost all in. I'm an opportunistic investor. I'm not a stock investor. I'm not a real estate investor. I'm not a businessman. I just look for opportunities that line up with my investment goals and suit my risk profile. If they do, I'm in. Today, Tesla comprises about 80% of my stock portfolio. This goes against the investment advice of almost everyone ever, and for good reason. Since originally recording this video back in 2019, there were a few opportunities to buy Tesla at a massive discount, including in 2020, so I nuked the rest of my portfolio, which included some ARK Invest ETFs and a smattering of other tech stocks, all of which were up significantly after purchase, and piled in completely to Tesla. So I'm literally now 100% all in on Tesla, no other stocks in my stock portfolio. Thing is, I'm confident or arrogant enough to believe that I do know what I'm doing. And I'm also arrogant enough to point out that this video is aged pretty fucking well. In case anyone's wondering, this video was posted on the 7th of December 2019. Tesla stock since up almost 1000%. Of course, I'm just lucky. Total fluke. Confidence was ill-founded, and I'm just really, really lucky that things played out this way. History may prove me to be wrong. Well, let's move on. But so far, my prior investment decisions have led to my achieving financial independence and retiring at age 31. Before we dive into the video, ask yourself, is Jeff Bezos an idiot for concentrating most of his wealth in Amazon? Is Bill Gates an idiot for concentrating most of his wealth in Microsoft? Is Elon Musk an idiot for concentrating most of his wealth in Tesla and SpaceX? I'm not a believer in diversification for its own sake. If you have no idea what you're doing, then sure, diversify. If you're petrified of risk, sure, diversify. If you have mouths to feed, then sure, diversify. I don't, and I'd much rather be making investment decisions from a place of confidence than uncertainty. Just got to take a quick moment here. That is one of the best fucking things I have ever said, really. In terms of investing, I think most investors hoping and wishing there's a huge amount of uncertainty. The more you dig, the more you can build your conviction, assuming you're not fooling yourself. The more angles you can look at an opportunity from, the more confidence you can gain. It's like shining a torch in dark areas, lacks of knowledge, gaps in understanding. The more you can illuminate these potential things, oh, hang on a minute, I've looked there now. That's not actually the scary thing I thought it was. That downside's not actually what I thought it was. This is even better, brighter than I thought it was. The more confidence you can invest with. Of course, it is totally possible that I'm an arrogant motherfucker. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I've been completely lucky this entire time. But as I mentioned in this video, I did achieve financial independence in my early 30s as a result of my investment decision. Again, that could be luck, but so far I have a reasonable track record, have an obnoxious amount of confidence, and this has allowed me to make investment decisions that from the outside can look extremely risky. But if examined through the lens from my perspective, if you knew what I knew, if you'd done the homework I'd done,
my investment decisions may actually look extremely low risk. Not to suggest that there's no risk, but it is worth understanding this. Depending on one's knowledge of a situation, what to one person would actually be very risky, i.e. you don't know what the you're doing, but you make the same investment decision as somebody who does know what they're doing, the exact same action, buying the exact same stock, the exact same amount, can be completely different. In one case, it can be fairly low risk if somebody's de-risked the decision as much as possible by illuminating all those dark spots. The exact same decision for somebody else who hasn't done the homework could be extremely risky because they don't know what the they're doing. Very important to understand.
I've been following the Tesla story for a decade, since the original Roadster. Yet it wasn't until March 2016, just before the Model 3 reveal, that I became confident enough to begin investing. So why Tesla? The engineers. Many of the world's best engineers work at Tesla, or want to. Let's have a look at a 2018 survey of engineering students who were asked to name the employers that they most wanted to work for. SpaceX took out the #1 position, closely followed by Tesla at #2.
For the record, this remains unchanged. 2020, 2021, Tesla and SpaceX continually jostling for the #1 and 2 spots. No change. This matters.
The implications of this are very important. Recruiting great young engineering talent for Tesla is like shooting fish in a barrel. Other companies wishing to compete with Tesla have a pool of lesser engineering talent from which to draw. This matters. Ford sits at number 16 on the same list, General Motors at number 19 and BMW at 20. They're going to get the leftovers. It's just a fact. Engineers are the backbone of Tesla's business, and they've got their pick of the bunch. The technology. Tesla is embarrassingly far ahead everywhere it counts.
Well, obviously a huge deal has changed in the intervening years here. Now Tesla no longer has an embarrassing lead over anyone, right? Wait, wrong. Their lead has actually accelerated. Next time you hear one of those dingbats claiming the competition is coming, as they were claiming back in 2019 and 2017 and 2013 and 2012, it is worth reminding them that year after year after year, the competition isn't coming anywhere except prematurely and all over themselves. Tesla's lead continues to accelerate. So much for the competition coming.
Their batteries are literally miles ahead of everyone on range and efficiency. Their powertrain puts others to shame. Their 3 current vehicles are the 3 safest ever tested. Over-the-air updates mean Tesla vehicles continuously get better after you buy them. Their infotainment is unmatched. Netflix, karaoke, how about Sentry Mode, Dog Mode, or how about free over-the-air updates that increase range and performance after you've purchased the vehicle? What about the machine that builds the machine? Who else can build a factory in 10 months? Who else is profitably producing electric vehicles at scale with gross margins exceeding 20%?
Just for the record, a couple of years later, we're now exceeding 30%. And by the way, no end in sight. Tesla's margins, gross auto, will march steadily towards 40%. Mark my words.
And don't get me started on the full self-driving data leak. The leadership. Musk is a brilliant leader. Despite what the dipshits in the mass media would have you believe, Elon has inspired the world's best and brightest to work tirelessly under extremely trying conditions to innovate rapidly and solve enormous problems over and over. Musk may be eccentric. He may not be easy to work for, but those who work for Tesla don't want easy. They want meaningful, challenging, and inspiring work. The execution. Tesla do what they say. Sure, the timing is not always perfect, but they get the job done every single time. Let's read the original master plan from August 2006. Did Tesla build a sports car, then use that money to make a more affordable car, then use that money to build an even more affordable car? Did Tesla provide zero-emission electric power generation options? Let's look beyond Tesla. Did SpaceX say they build reusable rockets and actually do it? Yes, this matters. The inevitable transition. Electric vehicles currently make up just a few % of the new vehicle market.
Well, this has aged rather well. I'm sure I'm going to elaborate in a moment, but we're talking, I think when I recorded this, it was maybe like 1.7, maybe like 2-ish% of global vehicle sales. We're now looking at 6, 7 or 8%. Massive increase year over year. You know, at the time I recorded this video, everyone's laughing at the idea that EVs will ever get any meaningful market share. Legacy automotive manufacturers weren't even committing to building EVs. A lot changes in a few years. Isn't it weird that some dickhead on YouTube could see this coming and legacy automotive manufacturers couldn't? Lucky guess, I suppose.
In the future, they will be about 100%. Tesla is sitting atop a gigantic technological transition, and no one else is even in the game. The declining costs. Question: what is the most expensive component in an electric vehicle? Answer: the battery. What else costs a bomb? The computer. Isn't that fascinating? The big ticket items in the vehicles are both on declining cost curves. So what does this mean? The price performance of electric vehicles will continue to improve over time. EVs are around price performance parity with internal combustion engine vehicles today. Guess what? Internal combustion engines are not getting cheaper to make. Batteries are. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what this means for the future.
Well, I need to make a correction. I was completely wrong. Apparently, you do need to be a genius to figure out that ICE vehicles are going extinct, that legacy automotive manufacturers will one after the other go bankrupt this decade. Everyone should already be all in on EVs. And yeah, what I thought was obvious. I mean, it turns out you actually do need to be a genius. And unfortunately, most legacy automotive CEOs aren't geniuses, nor most of the Wall Street stock analysts. So yeah, my mistake. I was completely wrong about that point. I apologize. Not perfect.
The competition. What competition? There is literally none. There may be competition in the future, but currently there isn't. Each vehicle Tesla has produced is best in class by a stupid margin and is selling accordingly.
Well, this aged well, didn't it? No change at all. Almost 3 years. Nothing's different. Still no competition at all. Period. It's embarrassing.
Yes, there are other electric vehicles currently on roads and many more coming soon. But as of today, Model S, Model X, and Model 3 do not have competition. Tesla owns EVs like Google owns search. The survivability. At this point, I can't see Tesla dying. This wasn't always the case. That's why I held off buying the stock until 2016. But since then, Tesla have shown profitability despite continually outlaying huge amounts of capital to build new factories and infrastructure. Their margins continue to improve as they find new efficiencies and benefit from economies of scale. Today, I believe Elon Musk could raise billions within a matter of days in any economic conditions.
So, is this an awkward and or arrogant time to point out the recent Twitter deal and the billions of dollars getting thrown Elon's... Yeah, that's just too arrogant to even mention.
This wasn't always true. It's also been reported that in 2013, Apple attempted to acquire Tesla for a large premium. And in this...
I think that may be false, by the way. I'm not absolutely certain about this. There were rumors then, not absolutely sure, but I think I may have been wrong on that one as well. If anyone knows for sure, let me know in the comments.
Same year, Elon Musk had a handshake agreement with his friend and ex-Google CEO Larry Page to acquire Tesla if needed. In the worst case scenario, someone like Google, Apple, or even Amazon would jump at the opportunity to acquire Tesla and their market-leading technology. The FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
By the way, when I recorded this video, it was peak FUD. I mean, the entire planet was trying to kill this company. There's still plenty of FUD today, but I think honestly, it's nowhere near as effective and there's nowhere near as much. But just keep in mind, when I recorded this video, almost everything to do with Tesla in the media, it was FUD, FUD, FUD.
What is being said about Tesla in the media does not match reality. Analysts, media shills, and others are spreading fear, uncertainty, doubt, and misinformation about the company and its leader.
Kind of like what's happening about Elon Musk today after he pissed off a few people on certain parts of the political spectrum in the United States by calling out their hypocrisy, hatred, and the woke mind virus. Let's move along.
Perhaps there's some big oil money involved. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the truth will win. Until then, Tesla stock is on a discount. If you can look past the noise...
Did I just say on a video in 2019 that Tesla stock was on a discount when it was like $60 a share? No, I didn't say that, did I? No. Lucky I didn't, because people might have, I don't know, maybe investigated my claims and then made some decisions and lost a huge amount of money doing so.
Is at the underlying facts. You'll see a very different picture to the one CNBC are broadcasting.
Oh man, I said CNBS wrong. Jeez, full of mistakes, man. I was such a rookie back then. God, what was wrong with me? Is CNBC. Jesus, dude. Oh well, I guess I've got a little bit better and slightly more professional as the years have passed.
The homes. To really understand the extent of this FUD, look at the short seller theses on why Tesla will fail. Most of their reasons are factually incorrect, and all that remains is speculation and desperate fantasies like there must be accounting fraud and competition is coming, which we've been hearing for years. Where is it? The network effect. Each time a Tesla owner takes delivery of their vehicle, something interesting happens. Their friends and family who currently don't know a thing about Tesla become exposed to one of its products. This matters. Ask anyone who's ever test driven a Tesla for the first time about their experience. It usually goes like this. I drove one, I want one, I ordered one.
Today, Tesla's still yet to spend a single cent on paid advertising, yet still wait times of up to 12 months or more globally. I guess this aged relatively well. Let me know in the comments below if you've ranted and raved about Tesla to any of your friends and family, and ultimately they've gone out and purchased a Tesla. Or did you hear somebody ranting and raving about a Tesla and end up buying one yourself?
And each time Tesla releases an awesome new feature like Sentry Mode or Smart Summon or Romance Mode or Fart Mode, thousands of videos and tweets spread virally in an instant. The Products are so good that they advertise themselves. This is why Tesla doesn't need to waste money on advertising or dealer networks. The cult. Elon has a sea of fanboys. I count myself among them. The man has almost 30 million Twitter followers.
So, spoiler alert, less than 3 years later, this is now over 90 million. Yeah, that's right. Elon's Twitter following has tripled in about 2.5 years. But that certainly doesn't matter, does it?
More than the population of Australia. Let that sink in. 30 fucking million people care enough about what he's doing or has to say to follow his Twitter. His reach matters. That generations of teenagers see him as an inspiring role model matters. That he can sell $10 million worth of not a flamethrowers in a few days matters. That he can broadcast to an enormous audience in seconds matters. Do you even know the name of another automotive CEO?
Now, in fairness, when I asked this question, the answer from everybody was no, but yep, now a few of you folks know BS Barra, decent, so on.
The physics thinking. As a lifelong science nerd, I view the world differently to most. Physics is fundamental. Everything else is emergent. Reality itself is nothing but particles interacting and obeying the laws of physics. When Elon Musk...
By the way, little Easter egg in there, you might not have seen it, but if you want to pause this one, just watch the top of the screen here.
Reality itself is nothing but particles interacting and obeying the laws of physics. When Elon Musk approaches an engineering problem, he boils it down to the atoms and works up from there. Few others do this. The reason Tesla has been able to innovate, disrupt, and make bold moves like entering the EV market before it seemed to make any financial sense is because of first principles thinking. Forget what everyone else is doing. What do the laws of physics say? Is it possible? Then do it. The optimization culture. Tesla has a culture of optimization and finding new efficiency. It's built into the DNA of the company.
Because the best part is no part, the best process is no process, and occasionally at the design level you think something's necessary, but then it turns out it's not. So it's just like making sure, connecting between design and manufacturing, make sure we're close to loop on that.
Deleting complexity is an endless task. This optimization isn't just at the level.
Now, deleting complexity, does anyone think of any things that Tesla has done in the intervening years that deleted complexity, deleted parts? I don't know, like maybe a big casting machine. Now, I can't think of anything like that either. I was totally wrong about this. Let's move on.
Level of, say, battery technology or materials. At every level, from corporate structure to production line optimization, Tesla is relentless in its pursuit of finding new efficiencies. Tesla is squeezing every last drop, while most others are in cruise control. Model Y shares about 3/4 of its components with Model 3. This wasn't an accident. It was extreme optimization. As a result, the Model Y ramp is months ahead of schedule. Tesla learns fast. Gigafactory 3 was built in 10 months for 65% less capital expenditure per unit of capacity than the US Model 3 production system. I could go on. The other stuff. You may not have noticed, but Tesla does solar and batteries as well. Today, these products don't account for a huge chunk of Tesla's business. In fact, everyone seems to be ignoring these entirely. But mark my words, the world is transitioning to renewable energy generation and storage, and Tesla is poised to capture plenty of this market. I have about 20 more reasons, but this video is getting long enough as it is. Viewed in aggregate, these reasons paint a clear picture of a company with a bright future. Tesla has proven its ability to innovate, execute, and disrupt. They're in a healthy financial position. While analysts are crying over the lack of profitability, Tesla are investing billions in scaling production around the world, while other automakers are barely dipping their toes in the water. Tesla has a 3 to 5 year lead over everyone. 7 years after its release, nothing has even matched the original Model S for range, and Tesla continued to innovate. The recent acquisition of Maxwell Technologies and High-Bar Systems suggests a big battery breakthrough has occurred, which pushes their lead out and high.
Another Easter egg there, I just can't help myself. Watch the bottom of the screen.
The recent acquisition of Maxwell Technologies and High-Bar Systems suggests a big battery breakthrough has occurred, which pushes their lead out further. Tesla's full self-driving computer is light years ahead. Their data lead is ridiculous. And of course, if Tesla wins full self-driving and the fleet awakens, oh boy. So those are some of the reasons that I'm all in on Tesla. Of course, I'm paying very close attention to Tesla, its competition, the industries it's in, the underlying technologies, and everything else I deem relevant. If, in the future, things change, my portfolio will do likewise. But if I'm being honest, I think in 2030, everyone will be calling me lucky. This video is not investment advice. It's just a peek into my reasoning and my investment decisions.
So I guess in short, that video aged relatively well. Practically everything I said is either still true or even truer today than it was then. Tesla's lead has continued to accelerate. The competition is still yet to be seen. And more importantly than that, Tesla's lead in terms of full self-driving has now evolved into a huge advantage in terms of developing real-world AI. At the time, I thought the scope of Tesla's business over the next 10 years will be dominating EVs, batteries, solar, and autonomy. Yet today, that entire group of opportunities is a mere speck compared to what Tesla's going after in the next few decades, which includes the humanoid robot and ultimately solving artificial general intelligence. So that's why today I'm pouring every spare cent into Tesla stock, still all in on Tesla stock. And yes, I am confident or arrogant enough to suggest, just like I did back in 2019, that, well, I think this video will age rather well, and I'm probably going to be reacting to this in a few years' time too. Hope you guys and girls have enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below if you watched the original I'm all in on Tesla stock video. Are you all in on Tesla stock? If so, why? And if not, why not? And lastly, don't forget, you can join Patreon with the card in the corner or the link at the pinned comment. You'll gain access to well over 100 Q&A videos, a new one dropping very soon, dozens of other exclusive pieces of content, loads of perks, plus my up-to-date Tesla stock price targets all the way out till 2032, which I also believe will age relatively well. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.